Peace on the earth, goodwill to man from heaven's gracious King. The world in silence till the plain to hear the angels sing.
Remind me not to play this again.
The first Noel, the angel did say,
Okay, it's the first
Putting
thing
you to sleep?
Huh?
Putting you to sleep?
feel that they lay.
Oh, he's got a very mellow voice.
Fields where they lay keeping their
6 minutes long.
on a cold winter's night that was so deep.
Sounds like you got
First minute.
castrated.
Very good.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see.
You know, I think I'm going to have you record this for me, and when I have trouble sleeping at night, I'm going to put it on a loop.
And dreamless
I have it, don't worry. I'll email it to you.
Yeah, in thy dark street shine.
This is not a religious show. Why are we playing?
Christmas songs.
I know it's a Christmas song, and this is the time to play them, you know. We should be thinking about what we want to say about Congress.
Well, this music shouldn't distract you at all from thinking.
Maybe we should cut it off after this. Silent Night. It's a good song to end with.
It's got a good voice.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering why Felix played this gentleman singing, he was the first member of the Senate that Joni Ernst castrated when she came to Washington. You could tell because he's a first tenor. I believe that was the voice of Harry Reid you were listening to.
Yeah, right. After he got castrated.
After, yes, exactly.
Okay, this is... Wait a second. This has got to be better.
Oh. You have to talk.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
This is short.
Up on a rooftop, I hear them reindeer call.
Who the hell is this?
Well, Santa Claus is up there, and I believe he's breaking laws. Jesus is born, the party is on. We look to a new year. Now, do you think we ought to be celebrating here? Say, do you jingle? I jingle jangle, and I'm goody-goodies. And boys, he's fat from all those milk and cookies. I bet where he come from, he ain't got no allergies, but he probably got a real good case of the minus degrees. Says do you jingle? I jingle jangle and I move with my feet and I rock. I rock on to the Christmas beat. Said do you jingle, jangle, jingle? I jingle jangle and I move with my feet and I rock. I rock on with the Christmas beat. Now please don't forget those deployed overseas. Oh, won't you bless their homes and families? Peace, harmony, respect and good deeds. Reaping and sowing and planting the seed.
Rock on, jingle, jingle, yak, yak. Wasn't that something else?
Yeah, I think it was something else. What exactly, I don't know.
If I was a disc jockey, I'd be riding on my horse right now, fast, out of the studio.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to bring your attention, of course, back to Congress. What do you think? You know, the kumbaya is over. Okay, nothing is probably going to get done.
Listen, there's only, how many days left? 8 days?
5 days this week, and I think in the middle of next week, and then I think Wednesday or so is their last day to be in session, and then they go home for the holiday. You know, so they all get on their planes and they sing, "I'll be home for Christmas."
You think any of them are going to be? Probably half of them don't show up now because it's too short of a...
Well, the thing is, you know, there's nothing that they're voting for that's pressing, you know. I don't know if they're going to bring up... They do want to quelch this whole presidential order of, you know, granting of or laying out the way of for amnesty for the illegal immigrants. Well, you know, but like you said, it's not a law, so, you know.
But even if they try to pass something, the Republicans will pass it, and Reid will not put it out for vote. It'll be the end of the session, that'll be it.
But, you know, the thing is, both Boehner and Harry Reid, you know, Boehner in, of course, Congress and Harry Reid in the Senate, said that they would like to put certain, you know, bills up for discussion at least, you know, which is more than they've done before, and see if it gains any momentum, if there's any way they could modify it and pass something.
All right, if it gains any momentum, they have to take a vote, and it's the last day. They're going to say, hasta la vista, they're going to leave. They're not going to spend an extra day to finish a vote. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you. If the Republicans, you know, if Boehner says, you know, I'm holding up my people, I want them to come back and vote on this, it bodes well for the Republican Party, because for the outsider like us looking in, it seems like somebody would say, well, look, they're trying to do this.
Yeah. And what's Reid going to say? I'm leaving. What do I care? Let's go home. Let's celebrate Christmas. You know, it's been like that the whole time, you know, just They can't pass it through to the Senate. Everybody knows it right now. The Senate is still Democratic till next year. They're not going to be able to pass anything. They're not going to be able to agree.
Well, let me tell you something. Like I said many times on this show, Republicans tend to vote as a bloc. Very rarely, if ever, do you find a Republican going against the party line. So if they have 53 senators who are going to be voting Republican or are Republicans, you got to figure they could almost get anything passed now if it's a simple majority.
Yeah, but we're talking about the next few days. What could they do in the next few days? Nothing.
Well, it could be that the senators and or congressmen who are lame ducks who are going out and they have to vote may finally just vote their conscience. I mean, they have nothing to lose because they're not coming back to Congress.
Well, what do we know what they vote? Are they voting their conscience or they're voting their pocketbook? We don't know what these people do. Or are they voting at all?
I really don't know.
Maybe we should go into a parliamentary system.
Well, then we could have elections quite often. Almost like every 2 years, because you figure that the way Congress changes hands, every 2 years it seems to swing one way and then the other way.
And then just think, they'll take them a year to learn, or then the next year they're already getting ready to run for office again. They'll never get anything done. Gee, sounds like our Congress now.
Yeah, but the thing is, they also vote for a new premier, Prime Minister, Prime Minister.
Well,
so, every 2 years, instead of every 4 years, you're voting for a president like every 2 years.
Well, that's only there's no vote if there's a vote
of confidence.
But sometimes they don't vote. If they're happy, they just leave it alone. But listen, our system has worked well for us for many years. And maybe one day it'll work for us again. So all I can say, because right now it's not working for us. Just doing my
It's been working for about 230 years, thereabouts.
Yeah. Today I was going through the Obamacare plans because I have to decide if I want to switch plans or not. And all my plans are more expensive now. They all went up. So the plan that I had last year now costs more. So I don't know. It's an always situation with this. Like you always said, it's better than nothing, and it's a start. But we got a long way to go.
But as one of my friends likes to say, so these 11 million people, or however many now are covered under Obamacare, under the Affordable Care Act, now have insurance. How many of them are going to pay their bill if they go to an emergency room? He's talking primarily about illegal immigrants, okay?
Well, legal immigrants don't get Obamacare. They're pretty strict about that. You have to prove your citizenship and all that. Or at least tell them you're a citizen, one or the other, I'm not sure.
Well, according to my friend, he likes to point out that they get Medicaid, okay, so they're getting everything anyway.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I see, if I want to get Medicaid, I couldn't do it. Because I make too much money, obviously.
And I keep getting notices on the computer about the HARP program. But I don't qualify for that either because I make too much money.
Yeah. Well, listen, most of these programs are